Hey guys, Gadget Droid here. When you think about printers in 2025, you don't necessarily think about excitement. Smartphones, foldables, electric cars, those things grab attention. But printers? They've always kind of had this reputation of being the forgotten corner of tech. They sit in the corner of a home office, mostly ignored until the moment you absolutely need to print something. And that's when you start thinking about reliability, connectivity, and ease of use. That's where HP has been making some interesting moves lately. Today, we're taking a look at the HP DeskJet 4227e all-in-one printer, and while at first glance it might just look like another affordable all-in-one printer, there are actually a few things about it that make it worth talking about in 2025. Now, first impressions. It's compact. At just about 13 inches deep, 16.8 inches wide, and under 8 inches tall, it's clearly designed with modern home spaces in mind. If you live in a small apartment or you're setting this up in a dorm room or a shared space, this doesn't take up a lot of room. It's lightweight too at just 10.6 pounds, so if you need to move it around, it's not going to be a hassle. The design itself is pretty clean, white plastic, minimal accents, and a simple LED display. Nothing too flashy, but that's fine, because you don't really want a printer to be the centerpiece of your setup. Instead, you want it to blend in, and this one definitely does that. One of the highlights is that it's built with 60% post-consumer recycled plastic. That's not just a spec sheet checkbox, it's part of HP's larger push toward more sustainable manufacturing. And when you're buying tech these days, knowing the environmental impact matters more and more. It's not a totally green product, but that 60% figure is actually impressive in the printer world, where a lot of budget devices still don't use much recycled material at all. So if you're eco-conscious, this is a nice touch. Connectivity is probably one of the most important aspects of any modern printer, and the 4227e doesn't disappoint here. You've got Apple AirPrint, Google Cloud Print, Wi-Fi, wireless direct printing, and USB for wired connections. That means it'll play nicely with pretty much anything. Laptops, PCs, and smartphones are all supported. In practice, setting it up over Wi-Fi is straightforward. HP has their Smart app, which walks you through the process step by step. And once it's online, it's ready to print directly from your phone or laptop without needing to install a bunch of confusing drivers. It's one of those things where the setup experience is just as important as the hardware, and HP has clearly refined it over the years. As for performance, this is an HP thermal inkjet printer, so you're not getting blazing fast print speeds, but let's be honest, at this price point, you don't expect speed. The rated max speed is 8.5 pages per minute in black and white, and 5.5 pages per minute in color. For everyday use like printing school assignments, forms, tickets, or the occasional photo, that's perfectly fine. If you're someone who needs to churn out hundreds of pages every week, you'd be looking at HP's higher-end OfficeJet or LaserJet lines anyway. Here, the focus is clearly on casual home use. Print quality, though, is actually really solid. Black and white pages come out sharp with resolutions up to 1200 by 1200p, and color prints can go as high as 4800 by 1200 optimized p on HP photo paper. Translation? You're going to get text that looks clean, graphics that don't look pixelated, and photos that look surprisingly good considering the price of the printer. Of course, this isn't replacing a dedicated photo printer for pros, but for the average home, family pictures or creative school projects are going to look more than acceptable. Now, scanning and copying. The HP DeskJet 4227e has a flatbed scanner, which means you can digitize documents and even scan directly to PDF. That's something a lot of students and remote workers will appreciate. Copying is pretty straightforward too, with up to 9 copies per run and a maximum speed of 6 pages per minute in black and white. It's not groundbreaking, but it's convenient to have all these functions in one device. That's the whole appeal of an all-in-one. You don't have to buy a separate scanner, copier, and printer. There are some limitations. Duplex printing, that's double-sided printing, is not automatic. You can do it manually with driver support, but if you need a lot of double-sided documents, that extra step could be annoying. Paper handling is also limited, with a maximum sheet capacity of 60 pages. For light home use, again, this is fine, but if you're someone who prints in bulk, you'll find yourself refilling the tray often. HP does include their HP Plus program here. Now, this is interesting because it's not just a marketing name. When you activate HP Plus, you get an extra year of warranty coverage, so it goes from 1 year to 2 years. Plus, you get access to HP Instant Ink, which is basically a subscription ink delivery service. Instead of buying cartridges at